I woke up gasping, my bedroom swallowed by darkness, alarms screaming like banshees in the night. My lungs clawed for air, each breath a knife twisting deeper. The steady hum of my oxygen concentratory lifeline was gone. In the fog of panic, I fumbled for my phone, hands shaking so bad I could barely swipe the flashlight on. Midnight. No power. No oxygen. I crawled to the machine, praying it was just a glitch, but it was dead. Cold. Silent. My chest burned as I dragged myself to the front door, every step a battle without the air I needed. That's when I saw her, Lisa Harper, our HOA president, standing across the street under the sickly glow of a streetlight. Arms crossed, chin high, she looked like she just won a war. And there, on the ground beside her, was my extension cord, yanked out and tossed like trash. Lisa, or Queen Bee as the Oakwood Grove neighbors called her, didn't even flinch as I collapsed onto my porch, gasping like a fish out of water. "No unauthorized cords outside," she shouted, her voice slicing through the quiet night. "It's in the rules." I couldn't answer. My fingers were too busy dialing 911, my VY sound blurring as the operator's voice crackled through. This nightmare didn't start that night, though. It began 3 weeks earlier, when I came home from a brutal 2-month hospital stay. Pneumonia had hit me like a freight train, morphing into acute respiratory distress syndrome. My lungs were scarred, permanently damaged. The doctors didn't sugarcoat it. I need oxygen 24/7 to serve VYV while my body adjusted to its new, broken normal. My house, with its ancient wiring, couldn't handle the main concentrator and all my other equipment. So, my medical team set up a backup system, running a weatherproof extension cord to an outdoor outlet, neatly secured against the house. Everything was legit: county permits, insurance approval, even HOA paperwork. I dotted every I and crossed every T. The Oakwood Grove board greenlit it, no problem. Except for Lisa. She voted no, whining that my cord was an eyesore that had tanked property values. The trouble started with a neon yellow violation notice slapped on my door. Unapproved external wiring, it read, citing some obscure rule about no VY cable cords outside holiday seasons. Fine, do lot 200. Lisa's loopy signature was scrawled at the bottom, practically screaming her pride. I called the HOA office, and Tom, the VYC president, sounded exhausted. "Your exemption's on file," he said. "I'll handle Lisa. She's done this before." I thought that was the end of it. Then, 2 days later, I caught Lisa in my yard, snapping photos of my house like a private eye. She was circling the cord, her face twisted in disgust. "What are you doing on my property?" I asked, my oxygen cannula tugging at my nose as I stepped outside. She didn't even blink. "Documenting violations," she snapped. "This is your second warning. Next comes enforcement." I tried explaining calmly, clearly that this wasn't some tacky Christmas light setup. "This keeps me alive, Lisa. I have doctor's orders, HOA approval, everything." She rolled her eyes like I was auditioning for a soap opera. "Everyone's got a sob story," she said. "If we let you slide, the whole neighborhood'll look like a junkyard." For 2 weeks, her crusade ramped up. She called an emergency HOA meeting, flashing a slideshow of community hazards with my house as the star. She went door to door, spinning tales that my cord would lead to RVs and boats cluttering driveways. She even started a petition to nix my exemption. Most neighbors saw through her, refusing to sign, but Lisa was relentless. Last Tuesday, things hit a boiling point. I was on my porch, savoring the evening breezy, a small joy after months in sterile hospital rooms, when Lisa stormed up my driveway, clutching her beloved HOA rulebook like a Bible. "This has gone on long enough," she hissed. "That cord's a hazard, and it's coming down." My heart pounded, my oxygen levels dipping from stress. "Lisa, this isn't about looks," I pleaded. "This is my life. I need this to breathe." She scoffed. "Don't be so dramatic. There's always another way. You just don't care about our standards." I showed her the medical papers again, offered to put her on the phone with my doctor. She didn't budge. "You've had enough warnings," she said, turning on her heel. "What happens next is on you." I should have taken her seriously. I should have bought a security camera right then. but I couldn't believe anyone would stoop so low as to mess with medical equipment. I was dead wrong. That night, after 11 p.m., Lisa snuck onto my property. In the dark, she crept to the outdoor outlet, ripped out the cord, and walked off with it. The main system kept chugging for a bit, but without the backup, it overheated and shut down. The alarms blared, and I woke up choking, my world shrinking to each labored breath. The 911 operator stayed calm, urging me to hold on. "Is anyone there to help?" she asked. "Neighbor." "Took my cord," I gasped. 7 minutes later, paramedics burst in, hooking me to emergency oxygen while cops took my statement. Then my neighbor, Jake, sprinted over in his bathrobe, phone in hand. "I've got all on camera," he yelled. He'd installed a security system after package thefts, and it caught Lisa in the act sneaking, unplugging, strutting away with my cord. The timestamp showed it was just 20 minutes before I woke up dying. The cops watched the footage, their jaws tightening. "Where's she live?" one asked, voice like steel. I pointed to Lisa's perfect house across the street, her yard of the month sign mocking me. They marched over, pounding on her door. It took forever for her to answer, floral robe and face cream, making her look like a disgruntled sitcom mom. I couldn't hear them, but I saw her shift from annoyed to defensive to panicked. When the cuffs came out, her voice exploded. "This is ridiculous. I was enforcing rules. That cord's illegal." As they led her to the patrol car, she shrieked, "I'm the HOA president. You can't do this." Her final wail, as the door slammed, "It was just a cord. How was I supposed to know?" The cops came back, faces grim. "We're charging her with trespassing, reckless endangerment, and tampering with medical equipment," one said. "The DA might add attempted manslaughter. What she did could have killed you." Paramedics wanted me to go to the hospital, but once my system was back online, my level stabilized. I gave my statement, watching Lisa's taillights fade as she fumed in the squad car. 3 days later, the hammer dropped. Lisa faced multiple felonies, with up to 8 years in prison and fines over due law $10,000. Bail was set at due law $25,000, and a restraining order barred her from coming near me. The HOA board didn't just fire her, they banned her from ever holding office again. Lisa, who'd built her whole identity on ruling Oakwood Grove, was shattered. At her preliminary hearing, I saw her in the courthouse, her usual polish gone, her face gray. "I was just following the rules," she whispered, like she still couldn't believe it. This wasn't just about a cord. It was about power, control, and a woman who'd rather risk a life than bend her precious bylaws. I'm breathing today because of Jake's camera and those cops. But I can't stop wondering, how far would she have gone? What do you think? Did Lisa know exactly what she was doing, or was she just clueless? Should she face the full 8 years, or is there room for mercy? Have you ever dealt with an HOA tyrant like this? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe. I want to hear your stories.